You know, when you think about the US auto industry, we're talking about trillions of dollars, a world of absolute giants. Well, the official rankings for who's the most financially strong just got completely turned on their head. And believe me, it's an underdog story you will not see coming. So let me ask you, who do you think is number one, the most financially solid company in the entire US auto world? Go on, take a guess. I bet a few huge names are popping into your head right now.
Well, I can tell you who it's not. It's not Ford, it's not GM, and nope, it's not even Tesla. In fact, the big household names, companies like Ford and GM, they're way down in the lower half of the rankings. And while Tesla's doing pretty well at a respectable number 9, they are not sitting on top of the throne.
The number one spot goes to a company you've probably never even heard of, Ameritech Ventures. And get this, last year they were ranked 43rd. 43rd. So how in the world did they leapfrog 42 other companies to claim the top spot? Okay, so here's how it all works. It all comes down to the way we measure financial strength. This is kind of the great equalizer. It's all about this one powerful metric, the economic capital ratio, or ECR for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a net worth score for a company. It's not about how big you are, it's about your true value compared to all your assets. Basically, if your score is over 100%, that's fantastic. It means your actual value is more than all the stuff you own. And just look at these scores. It's wild. Ameritech Ventures grabbed that number one spot with an ECR of 205%. That means their economic value is literally double their assets. But man, was it a photo finish. They just, and I mean just, squeezed past the longtime champ Gen X, who came in with a monster score of 202% themselves. So let's dig into this because the stories of the top three are just fascinating. It's like a tale of three completely different companies. You've got the shocking winner, the dethroned titan, and the comeback hit. All right, so first up, Ameritech, our one-hit wonder. What was their big secret? Well, check this out. Their revenue for the year was just $700,000, but their net income? A staggering $4.5 million. How is that even possible, you ask? Well, they had a massive one-time gain from some investments that just launched their profits into orbit, and it had pretty much nothing to do with their normal day-to-day business. So when you break it down, it's pretty simple. Their huge strength was this totally outsized net income. Their big weakness? Barely any operating revenue to speak of. But that one single profit was so massive, it just completely overshadowed the weakness. It's the definition of a financial one-hit wonder, and it's what took them from 43rd place all the way to number one in a single year. Now let's talk about number two, Gentex, the rock-solid titan. Their story is the complete opposite. There's no one-hit wonder here. These guys have been at or near the top of these rankings for years because of pure, unshakable stability. We're talking almost $2.5 billion in equity with very, very little debt. Just a financial fortress. And then, in third place, you have Dorman Products, who I'm calling the comeback kid. You know, just a few years back, the pandemic really hit them hard, knocking them all the way down to 18th place. But they didn't stay down. They fought their way back, they shored up their finances, and now they've reclaimed a spot in the top 3. It's just a fantastic story of pure resilience. So you've got the one-hit wonder, the stable titan, and the comeback kid. 3 totally different paths to the top. So what's the big takeaway here? What does this all tell us about what really drives success? Well, the big lesson here seems to be that it's not just about getting one big score. Real, lasting financial strength, the kind you see with Gentex and Dorman, is built on the fundamentals. You need high equity to act as a safety net, you need low debt so you have the flexibility to move, and you absolutely need consistent profits year in and year out. That's how you build real value over time. Which, of course, leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Was Ameritech's wild ride to the top just a brilliant fluke? A one-off thing? Or is this a sign of something new? Are we now in an age where a single massive financial windfall can actually beat out decades of slow, steady, stable growth? I guess the race is on, and only time is going to tell.